So this is the second of 3 videos about collaborative decision making, and right now we're going to address the role of the participants in this process. So in collaborative decision making, there are the people who are participating in this process, and then there is a facilitator of the process. And the philosophy is they are coming together as a group, as community, to make the decision that is best for the community. Whether it's to resolve an issue, to make a decision of how to move forward, but making the decision that is best for the entity, for the system. The group is seeking a decision that they can all agree upon. There's no winners, there's no losers. It's about what's best for the system. And a principle of collaborative decision making is we do this together as community, seeking everyone's perspective so that we can stay in relationship and maintain our connections as we do this. And the outcome, whatever it may be, is supported by all because the process leads to a place of what is best for the whole.
I really like that idea of there being no winners and losers in this process because we're not voting. When we do not vote, we do not take a vote, there's not an opportunity for one faction to essentially win and the other faction to lose. When we're seeking that kind of consensus, we don't have that challenge. Collaboration and community, I guess, are at the heart of this process. The group comes together, searches together, as Jane says, to be open to new ideas and to try to come up with a creative insight that, as a group, that no one anticipated, no one individual anticipated or came forward with. Individuals then leave the meeting, presumably after a decision has been agreed upon, hopefully feeling that they're part of something larger. Something larger and in relationship, there's that term again, in relationship with the community and relationship with that group of people that they've just been gone through this process with.
So some of the responsibilities of the participants are to come to the meeting prepared. So if there were materials sent out in advance, if there have been other meetings that have led up to this decision-making meeting, they are informed and they are ready to engage in an informed discussion. It's not just a free-for-all in collaborative decision-making. Yes, we want everyone's perspective who's part of the decision-making body, but there does need to be some order to it. So participants should wait for the facilitator or the chair to call on them to offer what they have to the group. It's best if everybody speaks to the chair instead of getting into a back and forth or speaking to another member of the group, because the idea is you are contributing your thoughts, your perspective to the collective. So speaking to the chair as a participant is a way to recognize that it's not between you and me or you and another board member, it's about the whole.
Some other practices that in our experience have been important for people to recognize is the idea of coming to the process with a teachable mindset, being open to new ideas, being open to new information. Don't come with your mind made up on any particular issue, or it tends to really stifle the conversation and stifle the creativity. Be willing to speak and release. By that we mean you have a particular idea, particular insight, feel free to say it when you're called upon, and then trust the group to have received it. Don't feel that it is something that you have to say over and over again to get your point across. And a corollary to that then would be to listen carefully, listen deeply to what is being said around the table. So you're really listening for not only exactly the intent of that individual who's sharing it with you, but you're also looking for ways that you can build on that. Because if you can build on it, it may help take the conversation or the issue in a slightly different direction than anyone had anticipated.
In collaborative decision-making, we don't necessarily shy away from conflict. We value the diversity of opinions, and it's the role of the facilitator to bring out that diversity of opinions. So we can use disagreement or conflict as a way to learn more, to problem solve, to again reach or identify or start down a path of something that's best for the whole. It is important that there be a climate of safety in this decision-making process so that people can engage in a robust discussion when they have a difference of perspective. But it doesn't become personal. It's about sharing information and perspective that will help lead to a better decision for the whole.
One of the common misperceptions about this entire process is that to reach consensus, everyone needs to agree. That's not the case. We say that unity of moving forward, or think about consensus of moving forward, is not unanimity. In fact, that there are a number of ways that we will deal with disagreement. We'll talk about them in more detail, the role of the chair or facilitator in the next video. But it's important for you as participants to recognize that there is a formal process whereby that we can move this process forward even if everyone is not in agreement. It's very important that everyone be heard. Is everyone feel that we've listened to all ideas, but it's the responsibility of the group to move the process forward, and it's not the right of any one individual or two individuals to hold things up.
It's important that the group commits to this process and to make every reasonable effort to make a decision, and that they are going to engage in a productive way to make a decision as a group. And then when a decision is made, even if it may not be consistent with their personal preference, they'll support the decision of the group. I love the aspect of this, that the final decision belongs to the group. It doesn't belong to the majority, or it doesn't belong to the chair. The final decision is made by the group. We talk about not having parking lot conversations. We want that dialogue, that disagreement, that give and take to happen in the decision-making process, in the boardroom or the committee room or whatever it is. And so there should be an environment and encouragement for those discussions and those comments to be made there, not outside of when the rest of the group can hear them.
So I hope this gives you an orientation to the role of the participants in this consensus decision-making process, and a little bit of an idea as to where the process emerged from and where it came from. This is something that you will get comfortable with over time. Give yourself the gift of time to get comfortable with it. Ask questions about the process, not just about the particular issue. Pay attention to the process that you're going through. Pay attention to the dynamic in the group. It's all of our responsibilities to do that, not just the chair or the facilitators. And I hope this has been helpful.